Hello everybody, it is like 5 something in the morning and I'm here to talk to you guys. I'm sorry I look like a mess by the way. I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about the Divergent series because I feel like I have some strong opinions on it, mainly on what each book is. Let's just jump into it and I'll start talking about each book, and I feel like I may give spoilers out, so I'm just gonna say there are spoilers. So I'm sorry if you wanted to see a clean version of this, but I don't have the time for that. So we're gonna start with Divergent by Veronica Roth. I don't know why I can't say her name. Anyways, I feel like this book, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but if it had like point something, it would have been like 4.6. It was really good because I feel like the factions were giving up right, and then it was just a completely new story, and I liked how we were put into it, and just everything, it was just really good. And then like, I'm pretty sure there was death in this. I'm pretty sure a lot of it towards mainly the end. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember what the first book was, but I liked it. Um, I like the whole choosing thing, and I like the whole twist with her brother, and having to get to know Tobias, or four, whatever you want to call him. I'm sorry. Um, and I just feel like it was good. It was a good introduction, and it should have just stayed a standalone. Um, most of you will be like, why are you saying that, Maria? That sounds terrible. I just felt like this was a non-repetitive, the calmest book, and that a book that I understood, because the rest of the series kind of just went nowhere to me. So we're gonna drop this book up here, and we're gonna save my commentary about the whole series after I finish talking about each single book individually. Now I have Insurgent here. I think the cover is really pretty. I love trees and anything to do with nature, and this is really pretty. So I read this at the end, towards the end of the year, and it's pretty lengthy actually, and I don't remember much about it. Um, and I guess that's my whole point. Like, there was a lot of like having to figure out factionless. Oh, mother is alive, and it was just like, it was like slow transition into the last book, and I don't know. I thought I liked the book, but I think if I'm actually gonna do like, I forgot what I rated this. Maybe like a 3 out of 5. Maybe a very low 4 out of 5. But it was okay. I just felt like it was a little bit just, slow, non-progressive at some parts, and the fact that I can't remember much about the book kind of says a lot. Like, I remember like eating Divergent, the first book up, like it was just so good. I was just like reading, and I was like, yes, this is amazing. And then like this book, I just, I was reading in class most of the time, just like, what is going on? I don't understand much because it feels kind of weird. So, there's this book, so Insurgent, a little okay compared to Divergent. And now we're gonna go to Allegiant, which is the last book in the series. And the cover is okay. I don't really like the color red, nor do I like the color yellow. And I'm sorry, I'm yawning. It's like 5 something in the morning. Please give me the excuse. I don't really understand what the cover is supposed to mean to the story. I actually talked to Emily about this. We were talking about this, and we were like, what is this supposed to do with the story? I guess, I don't know. I had a guess, but I didn't remember. So I rated Allegiant a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and it would be just a 3. There would not be a .6 because no, it wasn't even that good. So basically, in this book, you were put in a bunch of turns and pulls and everything. You were just like given perspective of everything. You're just like, so there's a factionless, and then there's the whole like Marcus thing or whatever, the Legion, and then there's the Bureau, and then like there's even more protesters against that. It was just too much built upon each other. I was just like, who are we supposed to be rooting for? What are they rooting for? And where is this going? And how was this problem solved after Trish died and everything? So I was kind of confused with the whole plot. And I guess if I read it like thoroughly, like taking several notes the whole time, I would have actually acknowledged what actually happened in the book. But it just felt just, I don't know, just really out of place. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Trist's death and about the characters, how they ended up. So Trist dies not because of the death serum, not because of that coming up to her and like eating her up. No, she gets shot like multiple times trying to stop the memory serum to be like released or something. I cannot remember if it was the memory serum or it was the death serum. Like I forget. Like what were they trying? What was their purpose again? Because I didn't understand. Even then, like you were like, okay, so we're working behind the Burrow's back, but then like, are they? I know they were trying to protect themselves from the death serum to not die while trying to get the weapon to stop the Bureau, but what was the weapon? Were they doing the peace or were they doing the memory? I don't understand. Like they were just talking so much about the plan that it just confuzzles me because they like flipped everything around, just mixed it all together, and they're like, okay, we understand each other. Yeah, we do. So let's go on and kick some butt. And I'm just like, lost. So, I mean, the book wasn't that bad. I feel like I expected a little more characters. Like Tobias, um, I am going to read the 4-story collection with the 5 stories in it. I think there's 5 stories in it, and I think I'm gonna start reading it maybe today. I don't know. But basically, I was just like, I knew there's a 4-story collection, so I was just like, how is this gonna tie in with it? And is it just of his past, or will it also be his future? Because I don't want to just know his past. Like, no one just wants to know someone's past. They want to know their future as well. So, you know, um, 4 was just kind of like, I feel like he's the sensible one. Even though I felt like the same way Katniss did at the end of Mockingjay, like where she was talking about the events and just talking and talking, like in a monotone, no style way. Um, I felt like he had a little more voice than her, and I guess it was okay. It was okay, in my opinion. And I would recommend the series, but I mean, if you're expecting a big ending where they get married and have children and get rid of the factions forever, well then get ready to be confused because the roller coaster that is Divergent is confusing. So I'm just saying, it's kind of hard to read just like that, and hopefully I will probably reread the series one day, but right now I have no interest in reading it again because I'm just like, I'm done with this. Can we just switch books, Emily? Because I'm done with the series. So, as I said, Divergent was my favorite because you just pulled in and it was just so good and it progressed okay, and I like the characters in it, and like in the last book, Allegiant, you were told about Peter and you were told about Caleb and how they were like on her list and everything, and they were like terrible people, but she would just hold this grudge that I feel would have made her death maybe less like pleasurable for me. I don't know. Like when she died, I was just like, okay, now where's the story gonna go now? Because I was just like, I'm done with her. Let's go and move on to the next chapter. And they were like still talking about her and just like, I know the story feels empty now without her, but the whole story wasn't just Triss. I want to know a little more about what's happening in the world. And they talk a little bit about it, but you know, kind of still wanting a little more. Um, then they started talking about how Peter had used the memory serum and like erased his memories to start over again and be a nice person, and so he moved away or something. Then like I don't know, and then Caleb and Kara, is that her name? They were working together in the labs, and if I were Triss, I would have forgiven Caleb a long time ago because unless your sibling or that loved one that you thought was distrusting and everything, unless they were constantly like threatening you, I would have given up the grudge that she had on Caleb. Like, it kind of annoyed me how she was still upset with him. Just like, are you done here, or are we gonna have this conflict till you right before you die? So yeah, that's what happened. Right before she dies, she forgives him, and they have an okay time. Blah 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 blah. So I'm just like, you could have done better, Triss. So I don't know if she ever forgave Peter very well. Like forgiving. I think she said that she was okay with him now, but not exactly like we buddies, yo. But I mean, I feel like again, my favorite book was Divergent. Insurgent was kind of just a weird transition, and Allegiant just was not satisfying enough for me. Um, it, I was surprised I actually finished Allegiant because it took me so long to finish it, and I'm very tired of it, and I'm glad I'm done with it. I will not. I'm obviously not. I'm always gonna. I'm obviously gonna watch the movies. Um, And no, I'm not hoping the movies will be better because the book is always going to be better than movies. And if the book is in its state, then I'm pretty sure the movies are not going to be that great. Ha! That rhymed. Sorry. If you had different opinions than me, then go ahead and share them in the comments. What did you think about each book? What do you think about the ending? What do you think the character should have gotten it by the end? A character, not the character, because there's many. The whole Tobias mother thing kind of was like touching, but I felt like why aren't they like moving together a long time ago? Because I read the epilogue and I'm just like, why is it 2 years later? Why is it not just at that moment they move in together? I say goodbye to Trish and whatever. It's like, why is this like weird? Like it's just, I don't know. It was felt kind of weird. So, anyways, guys, I think I'm done with the series for now. I will do a little preview about the 4 story collection, and I will see you guys very soon. So thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button if you want to see my opinions slash Emily's opinions every week. She makes videos on Tuesdays, I make videos on Thursdays. We try really hard to stay up with the system. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye.